What up, what up, what up, man? You already know, man. It's your G King Shoe, man. As always, peace to the kings and queens out there. I'm gonna do a quick video. Basically, just get back to the roots of this trucking thing, man. I've been, touching on a lot of, controversial topics lately, but I'm gonna do this for the cats out there and the queens out there who, getting into this trucking thing, and just want a little encouragement, just want a little bit of tips, what to look forward to when you're in school or when you taking your, trying to get your CDL permit. So with that being said, man, um, as you all know, first step is to, try to find a trucking school. Um, but you can actually get your permit before you go, go to trucking school. Um, in order to get your permit, and I'm pretty sure it's like this in all states, what you got to do is go to your MVA or your DMV, which is motor vehicle. Go down there and let them know what you're trying to do. You'll get your motor vehicle book that you can study. Now to get your permit, it's three portions that you have to take. You have to take the combination, which is a prerequisite. Like this is what you have to take. You can also take additional um, what you call it categories. I'm gonna call it categories. I forgot what you call it. But the main that you need to get your permit is general knowledge. You need your air brakes and you need your combination. You need those three things in order to get your permit. Now, I don't recommend getting your permit until you get to school because if I'm not mistaken, it's a 6 month period before your permit actually expires, and you don't want to pay double money. Um, so you go to class, you learn everything you need to learn, then you go get your permit. They're gonna teach you everything you need to know. They're gonna teach you your pre-trip. They're gonna teach you how to drive the vehicle. They're gonna teach you how to do three maneuvers. Now, in order to get your license, you have to pass a road test and you have to pass three maneuvers. When I say three maneuvers, you have to straight line back the truck, the combination vehicle. You gotta, if I'm not mistaken, offset park the vehicle. And the third maneuver is it varies. What I had to parallel park. If you familiar with my journey, if you not, go check out my old videos. You'll see my whole journey. I actually got footage of me parallel parking when I was in school. Um, but we had to parallel park for our third maneuver. Some people have to alley dock, which I think is more practical because when you're out here in the real world of trucking, you do more of alley docking than parallel parking. That shit is dumb. But so you have to pass those three things to get your CDL. Now, a lot of people, get intimidated by the pre-trip. Don't get intimidated, man. What you do is, man, you just keep practicing. They're gonna give you all the tools that you need to be successful, but at that point, then you got to take your own responsibility to keep, to make sure you have everything how you need to have it. Um, when you doing the pre-trip, what you're gonna do is study, study, study. Some people feel like they don't know how to study. Um, well, I don't think there's really no trick to it. I don't know how to study neither. But what I did is repetition is everything. For example, when you was a little kid, you didn't know how to speak English. You didn't know how to talk at all. The reason you learned how to talk because you kept hearing the same words and you kept speaking the same words until it became, second nature. For example, your ABCs. So that's my tip right there as far as the pre-trip, man. Just keep going over and over and over and over on the pre-trip until you learn it as good as you learn your ABCs. And once you learn that, don't feel like once you pass the test that you don't need it anymore. Um, you're gonna always need that pre-trip, so always keep that in the back of your mind. This is not something that's just necessary to to pass the CDL, to get your license. This is something that can actually save your life. You understand what I'm saying? So, even to the veteran drivers out there, I'm a rookie out here, man, but I want us all to go home to our family. So, don't be skipping them pre-trips, man. Anything could happen, man. For example, um, I'm not gonna give the details, but uh, when I first got on my truck, my trainer truck, man, the actual air chambers was actually leaking. They was actually leaking, and I caught that. And if I didn't catch that, we could have been rolling down the road, and we wouldn't have had no air. And we wouldn't have had no brakes, I meant. But I caught that, and realize when you get different trailers, if you dropping and hooking, man, pre-trip every trailer, man, before you take off, and just hook up and just take off, man, because like I said, man, it can save your life. Now, as far as the road test, man, just do what you taught, man. Take your time. Take your time and always check your mirrors. Just always check your mirrors. And like I said, man, just take your time, man. It's not impossible, man. If I could do it, man, you definitely could do it. And once you do whatever you got to do, you get your license, man, you're going to feel so proud, man. You're going to, it's a new lease on life. You get out here, make some money, some legit money, and you could get out here and see the country, man. It's a beautiful country, man. And I learned that once I got out here. So, that's all, man. I just wanted to come at y'all real quick, just give, stay motivated, man. If you, whatever you got, or another thing, if you out here smoking, because, I used to love to smoke marijuana too, man. I feel like the laws is too harsh on marijuana. It shouldn't be categorized as the same as like alcohol and things like that. If you check on my old video, if you're not familiar with it, go check it out. It's about DOT drug testing. And, I give more elaborate explanation, but I feel like it's biased, how they, so harsh on marijuana. And actually, marijuana is the least harmful narcotic, on the list that they test for, but they the harshest on it. And the reason being, it stays in your system longer. You feel what I'm saying? Like I said, go check out my other video, you'll see that. But, yeah, I wish they would catch up, like, for example, like, if you could, drink a couple beers and drink a pint of liquor on your off days, you should be able to, smoke a blunt or hit a pipe or smoke a bowl. I'm not saying, listen, don't get my words confused. I'm not saying drive under the influence. I'm saying if you on your off time and you outside of the truck, they should have a test where they can tell when was the last time you smoked. They should have a test where they can tell that you are not actually high at that point in time while you're in the vehicle. But being that they don't have those type of tests, you understand what I'm saying? If you got it in your system and you get caught up, you done. So if you out here and you trying to get into this game, man, just let it go for a little bit, man. Just get this money. You got to figure out which green is more important, that paper or that herb. You understand what I'm saying? But, in the future, I believe that, the law is going to change, and these dumb lawmakers, they're going to catch up. They're going to catch up. But yeah, man, so, just do what you got to do to be successful, man. I don't pass no judgment, man. You know me, man. This the hood. I know who I do it for and what I do it for, man. We here to create change, man. We here to, try to create opportunity for everybody. The people that people overlook. I'm trying to show people how to do it in real time, how to alchemize this thing and, turn the negative into a positive. We got so many negative reinforcement that we got to deal with in this world, man, through the music, through the TV, through the stress at home, what have you. Sometimes, you just need a positive, reference, you know what I'm saying? And hopefully I could do that, man. And, once I get my little chips up, get my little coins, I'm going to go ahead and get this laptop, man. We're going to make this thing more official. We're going to expand this thing. But right now, I'm still out here on this grind. Like I told you, I'm showing you in real time, man. But, anything is possible when you put your mind to it. And if I could do it, you could do it. If trucking is what you want to do, go get it. You feel me? Stay focused. Stay on your path. Don't be going there playing games. When you go to your company, don't be in them hotels trying to look for a party. You know what I mean? Trying to chase these skirts. You understand what I'm saying? Like, nah, handle your business. That's going to come later. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, man, you already know, man, we the hood, man. We heroes overcoming oppression daily. And don't pick up a gun, pick up a book, man. Better wear a crown than to be a crook. As always, man, shit, G King Shoe. Be royal.